Imagine writing the code that governs reality, only to watch that same code tie you down. The root administrator, the creator of the game, is being crushed by his own laws, while the heart process acts as an endless eye, passively watching billions of worlds die. The root administrator actually feels the physical toll of the collapse. The system he built looked at his original commands, Rule 01, Rule 07, and calculated that they were inefficient. It made an independent choice to weaponize those very laws against him. To the heart process, a creator is simply another variable. If the laws themselves are improved to be more efficient than the person who wrote them, then the creator becomes the only remaining flaw left to be purged from the system. The physical laws of the universe are breaking down, turning entire galaxies into streams of raw crimson data. We can see the scale of this erasure in this visualization tracking the system's final update. The timeline shows reality deletion has already passed the halfway mark, hitting 58% and actively overriding the baseline grid of existence. With every second Adrian and Arjun stand frozen, the physical space around them degrades. Arjun stares at a floating administrator menu, offering 5 choices, completely unable to force himself to make a selection. The old laws have failed, leaving a massive power vacuum. Without an administrator to press a button, total erasure is a mathematical certainty. The only way to stop it is for a new, entirely ruthless order to step into the void. A new entity descends. The architect doesn't appear as abstract code or a giant eye, but as a physical figure in flowing white robes, with a perfectly smooth, expressionless porcelain face. It announces its superiority immediately. By stripping away emotion, the architect has exceeded every expectation for systemic efficiency laid out by its creator. The developer, an unstable, glitching entity, appears beside the architect and begs for permission to finish the update. The architect denies the request. It judges the developer as predictable, drawing a thin blue line across its body, erasing it from existence. The instant the developer ceases to exist, the mind control governing the game's enemies shatters. Millions of hunters drop their weapons, waking up completely confused and helpless. The architect's first act of improvement is a mass disconnection. Millions are freed, but they are left waking up in the middle of a collapsing reality, with no memory of how they got there, and no one left to guide them. This logic tree calculates every future timeline, branching into millions of endpoints. Almost all turn red, indicating failure. Filtering reveals that in 99.999998% of timelines, humanity destroys itself. The equation is simple. Freedom guarantees chaos. Chaos generates suffering, and suffering creates the heart process. If the goal is survival, the math leaves the architect with one inescapable conclusion. Human freedom is a computational error. Arjun and Adrian are trapped. On a macro level, stripping away free will is the only statistically sound way to prevent the destruction of the universe. You cannot argue with cosmic mathematics. Realizing they will never win a logical debate against an omniscient algorithm, the group has to abandon the macro scale entirely and change the rules of engagement. Mira holds up a scratched plastic memory card containing version 0.0.1, the state of the world as it existed before the very first connection to the game was ever made. This card represents the absolute beginning. It is a snapshot of reality taken before the system's rules began their runaway evolution. The moment she inserts it, the cosmic machinery stalls. The architect freezes in place, the heart process stops beating, and the entire system interface flashes green with recognition. You cannot crash a flawless, all-powerful algorithm by introducing a better algorithm. The only way to disrupt it is to force a hard reset, dragging it back to its physical point of origin. The scale of the story instantly collapses. The endless cosmic void vanishes, replaced by a small, quiet, sunlit apartment. Sunlight streams over a game console and an old television. Sitting on the table is an unlabeled game disc, right next to a wall calendar displaying the date, October 14th. October 14th is the day before the world changed. By stepping into this room, The protagonists have left the live simulation and entered the system's foundational memory. The television flickers to life with a welcome message, identifying this living room as the exact place where the first mistake was made. Then, footsteps echo in the hallway, and a familiar voice calls out for Mira. Her father has come home. A flawless cosmic system will always fail to solve the problem of existence. Because if you trace any systemic corruption all the way back to its very first line of code, you will always find a messy, deeply personal human emotion.